is Cheyenne. I'm with Each Measure. Today we're at the world famous Viper Room and I'm here with the amazing Katie Belle. So we're in LA. I have to ask you about your record, West Coast.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the conversations that you had with family and friends about pursuing your dreams in another city?
Absolutely. So I just want to say hello. Thank you guys so much for having me. My name is Katie. West Coast is my most recent release, and it's basically written about my journey to LA and everything that it's taken for me to kind of get here. So I was born and raised in Atlanta. I've lived there my whole life. It's basically all I've ever known. That's where all my family and friends are. So West Coast is really an autobiographical song about me leaving home to pursue my dreams and come out here. I love it out here. I love the West Coast.
How does it compare working in Los Angeles to Atlanta?
So they're very different cities in, multiple ways. So Atlanta musically is a lot more R&B and soul and even like gospel influence, of course with a lot of hip hop and rap as well, which I love, but that's not my vein of music. So it's given me an edge, I think, because it's shown me some culture and some personality. But yeah, being out in LA, it's just a lot different. It's a lot pop driven, a lot more synth and production based, not as much like beats and I don't know, all the elements of kind of the rap influence. It's opposite of that. So it's cool. I like being in both places and going back and forth.
Would you say you're a different artist in Atlanta versus LA?
Absolutely. I'd say I'm a completely different person. I'm a lot more relaxed and I think open to try new things. When I'm out here in LA, everything just feels a lot more experimental and kind of forgiving. Yeah. In that sense. But then in Atlanta, I do feel like I'm more in a box because the industry of music is a lot more specific there, if that makes sense. I don't feel like there's so much room to like move my arms and like be free. Like I have a lot more space here to kind of try new things. So yeah.
That makes sense. Los Angeles is definitely a city of trial and error.
Oh, yeah.
So you released a song recently called Disco Romeo. Can you tell us how that came about?
Oh, I love Disco Romeo. So this is actually a pretty cool story. I work with a producer. His name is Fabio Campidelli. He is originally from Italy. He just moved here less than 10 years ago, I want to say. And we're in the studio one day and he's showing me some beats that he's been listening to, some things he's inspired by. And he plays me this one track and I'm like, what is this? I need this. Can I have it? Can we write to it? And it turns out it was one of his friends from Italy. His name is Ricky Morano. And the track spoke to me. It chose me. And when I heard it, I couldn't get it out of my head. I couldn't let it go. So yeah, we just started writing to it and Disco Romeo kind of just created itself. I just was completely inspired by the track. Yeah. So
it's amazing when songs just naturally flow that way.
Those are my favorite ones.
Yeah, you just know it's from the heart.
Yeah, and they're the easiest sessions, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what is a typical day like for Katie Belle when you're not performing and doing music?
So when I'm not performing and doing music, I'm still heavily thinking about it. I usually start off my day with some sort of exercise. I love to go on runs. I'm not really a gym girl, so I love to just like run around whatever neighborhood I'm in. And a way that I kind of include my music in that is by doing vocal lessons while I'm running, which people think that's crazy, but it really challenges me and since I've been doing it, I can see such a difference in my range and just like my
breath work.
Yeah, my breath work, all of that, exactly. So I love starting my day off like that. And then I typically spend a lot of time on social media, more time than I like to admit. A lot of that is for work, I swear. I'm sure there's some mindless scrolling in between there. I love to look at like vacation spots, so that's like where I'm doing most of my mindless scrolling, like, oh my god, I need to go to this place in Italy that I've never heard of before. I'll usually some time for social media, answering emails, getting back to people, whether it's professionally or just reaching out to some of my followers and making connections with them. So Yeah, that's a big part of my day. And then every evening, I try to make a point to cook something. I absolutely love to cook. And I love to cook because it's fun, but I also love to cook and feed the people that I love.
Yeah.
I'm always like making my family try the food that I make, and I have to watch them when they eat it so I know if it's good or not.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so I love to cook, and then I love to go to bed early. So that's typically my day.
That's a nice day though. You challenge yourself, but also doing things that you love, and you're
Yeah.
consistent with it, which is very important for an artist to have.
Absolutely.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
That's a tough question. I think right now it's definitely Italian food. I have never met a pasta that I didn't like.
Are you Italian?
I'm not actually.
Oh, okay.
My father is of Turkish descent, but I don't unfortunately know any Turkish or have any family members that I'm aware of over there. I just have done, the 23andMe stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've never tried to cook a Turkish dish. I actually don't really know what cuisine that is. I assume it's similar to Greek.
Yeah, like Mediterranean.
Yeah,
I
like
would think.
kebab or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should look into that though.
Yeah.
I actually am a little ashamed that I don't know what they eat. But yeah, Italian is probably my main squeeze.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, what do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Oh wow, that's a big question. There's a lot of ways I could answer that. I have a lot of personal goals, but then I also have a lot of goals for my career. Some of them intertwine, but some of them might be conflicting.
Yeah.
But I would say for my career, my biggest goal in the next 5 years, I would love to release a song and not it go viral per se, but just have this awe moment of knowing that I wrote something that really connected with people on like a different level. I have had people reach out to me throughout the years about my music and saying that, they're really drawn to me and they really relate to me, but it would just be a dream come true to have someone reach out or know that I did something that created a deeper impact, and I'm really trying to get to that through my music and my songwriting. So that's definitely a goal. And honestly, it's a goal to just make it my full-time job. Like for music to be paying all of my bills and knowing and saying to everyone that I meet, like, yes, like, what do you do for work? I am a singer.
Yeah.
Like that is a dream of mine in the next 5 years. And definitely to be out here full-time.
Yeah.
To be out here and being booked and busy. So
I love those goals.
yeah.
So we've noticed that you've been heavily in the studio while you're out here in LA.
Yeah.
What can we expect from you next in the near future?
Definitely more music, a lot of music. As I was just saying, I'm really working on getting to this deeper personal level in my songwriting. And I don't think that songwriting comes to me as naturally as being on stage or even, singing.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely something I have to work on. So yeah, I'm working on getting on that more personal level. And with that being said, I'm working on an EP and a bigger group of music. And I haven't done that in a while. The last time I did that, I was singing country music. So this would be my first EP and, larger project as a pop artist, which is very exciting for me. So.
Yeah, sounds very exciting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it. I love your music. I love West Coast, Symptoms, all great songs.
Thank you.
And then one last question, just a bonus
Yeah.
question. So I heard that you were recently admitted into the Grammy Recording Academy.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be a Grammy voting member?
That's really fun. I feel like I know a secret because as a voting member, you get sent the ballot before any of the nominees come out because you help choose them. So I always I get to know who is going to be there, what song is going to be nominated for what. So that part, because I'm nosy, that part is so fun for me. Of course, I'm not allowed to tell anyone. It's hard to keep that secret, but that's one of my favorite parts. But yeah, it's an honor. It's taken me years to get to the point that I'm at now, and I have to be honest, it feels very validating to be accepted into the Recording Academy as a voting member. It's just really special, and I feel really grateful for it. So.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds
Super
like you're
fun.
doing amazing things. Not a lot of artists get the opportunities that you're getting. And I
Yeah.
wish you the best of luck in your
Thank
journey
you.
in LA and
really
the next
appreciate
5
that.
years, your EP. You'll be fine.
I need all the luck I can get, girl. Thank you.
Of course, of course. It was great meeting you today, and I appreciate this time that you've taken with us to answer
thank you.
questions.
Thank you for your
and
time.
best of luck on your performance too.
Thanks so much. Thank you, guys. Mwah.